Saludos, amigos. Greetings, friends. I truly appreciated Henry's beautiful performances of my poems, receiving standing ovations. I will always be grateful to my mentor for his friendship, for his kindness and encouragement. It was a privilege and a blessing to have known him. Henry will always be remembered as the immortal icon Manolito and Zorro, and adored forever by fans. The Latino community has lost one of his greatest actors and advocates. We truly will miss him. Farewell, my dear friend. Namaste.
Henry Darrow, Loyal Thespian by Miluka Rivera. A dignified thespian among all, gave up his political science dreams to answer his call of an acting role. That started it all. His karma on a roll, trading idealism for magnetism for a leading role, an impressive audition without adversity at the Islands University earned him a scholarship reward. He boarded that ship of his destiny with dreams in his luggage of hopes. He carried them to that land of merriment, Hollywood land. Nurtured and polished his skills at the Pasadena Playhouse among the sparkling stars. Puerto Rican trailblazer Juan Hernandez guided his steps and inspired his way. Darrow mastered his abilities on stage at nearly no pay. Rubber checks would not cover his bills for what he did for Mask of Comedy and Tragedy and plays. The journey was long in those narrow walls, but this road to fame made him strong. But still untold, his seeds of courage began to sprout, for Hollywood was snarled in race and types, while Enrique waited his turn to unfoil. His livelihood at stake, a chance by name gave way to fame. Henry Darrow now and forevermore. The beat and heat of non-traditional casting, what a challenge to behold. Spotted on stage, a white suit wore he. In a play named The Wonderful Ice Cream Suit was he. A long search for the right man to play the role came to Henry Darrow, the man we all know forevermore as Manolito in the highly acclaimed series named High Chaparral, a Latino role. What do you know? The first color TV show on call with a Latino in the main role, the largest brown cast of all. Manolito stole the show, plus hearts of many abroad, you know. Dominated the few of that primetime feud. His good comrade, Ricardo Montalban, tired of promises of the high and mighty in Hollywood land, recruited Henry. The up and established Nosotros, a Latino-Hispanic organization of up-and-coming thespians, all hungry for that glimmering star. Without fear, Henry came down and lent his name to that ideology, an irony of fairness as was foretold. His political background gave credence on that board of the Screen Actors Guild, of which things were promised but never shared as told. Latinos were reviled and viewed as others, aliens like those of outer space were known. Memorable performances earned Henry Darrow recognition, an Emmy in his hands. Touché, my friend, I say, and more. Loyal Latino to all in need, yes indeed, compassionate, idealist was he. They enlisted his actions as that of Zorro. With sword in hand, the Z was his to swat away all who dared to challenge his deeds of that fairness we shared. And on to other stellar roles came he, a poet at heart, Shakespearean soul very few can be, was he. Y ahí está la historia de Henry Delgado, Henry Darrow, el suave boricua de Borinquen. Siempre amigo serás tú de esos que aspiran como lo que hiciste tú. Paz.
Stories of Henry Darrow by author Michael Druxman, Henry's longtime publicist and friend. Read by Darrow McCullough. One of my favorite publicity clients was Henry Darrow, a marvelous raconteur. He was signed by Disney in 1983 to star in a new television series, Zorro and Son, a spoof of their classic 1950s series with Guy Williams. I thought it was a hilarious concept with great potential. Planning our publicity campaign, I would talk to Henry on the phone quite often, and he would tell me about the script for the following week's episode. He described it in such detail that he'd have me laughing out loud. I knew that this was going to be the funniest show on television. Boy, was I wrong. I attended the gala press party at the studio where the pilot episode was screened. It was a disaster. Whoever directed that episode, as well as the succeeding 4 episodes that were filmed, knew absolutely nothing about directing comedy. The actors were fine, but the scenes that Henry had hilariously described to me were so ineptly shot and edited that they just lay there like a blob of soggy mud. The show got terrible reviews and disappeared from the network schedule after the 5th episode aired. Remember what veteran character actor Edwin Gwen, Miracle on 34th Street, said on his deathbed? Dying is easy. Playing comedy is hard. One other thing I have to say about Henry. He was an honest man. He was one of 3 or 4 publicity clients who I worked with on a percentage basis, did not cut me off when they came into a huge payday. Rest in peace, my friend. Michael.
In 2012, the staff of the Autry Museum of the American West was honored to host Henry Darrow for a book signing of his biography. And then, shortly after, Henry generously granted me an interview for the film and television Western Oral History project I was conducting on behalf of the museum. Well, I was already smitten and charmed with his wonderful performance in High Chaparral. And then, in learning more about him, I discovered a thoughtful, intelligent, warm, and giving gentleman. With his immense talent and humanitarian contributions, Henry Darrow had a positive impact on the many people whose lives he touched, and he made our world a better place. Mrs. Jean Autry and the staff of the Autry Museum join me in honoring this very remarkable gentleman.